When things become different from the norm, when what you know is no longer working, it can be easy to become confused. You may be left wondering what's coming next, and you may even find yourself worrying about whether or not you'll be able to keep your loved ones safe. After all, if things keep changing, you may not be able to keep it up. You may be left behind. And then where will you be? All of this newness can leave you feeling confused and insecure. You may even be searching everywhere you can for answers, but feeling as though those answers are nowhere to be found. So, before you panic or assume that you're in this alone, it's time to call in the big guns and get the help you need. Welcome, everyone. It's Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer, here with you on Angel Heart Radio. And if you have a lot of questions that don't seem to have answers, I want you to stay with me, because when we come back, we're going to call on the energetic realm for help and get you the answers you're searching for.
Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice, nor your own sound judgment. In truth, nothing can dim your magnificence. You are a divine spark, a universal light. You are here on purpose. You are part of a divine plan, and it's our joy to support you. We're here to celebrate you. Welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by AngelLight777.com. Great news, everyone. Angel Heart Radio is now live streaming on our Facebook page, and we have a fully searchable, brilliant podcast platform for you at AngelHeartListen.com. Put the power of the spiritual realm to work in your life with Marcia Martin on Angel Heart Radio starts now.
So we're back, and I am so delighted to be able to share with you today and to help you clear up any confusion that you're experiencing in your life. What's going on that just feels like it's not making sense to you. It doesn't matter whether it's related to your personal life, your work life, or something completely different. All that matters is that you feel that you're uncomfortable in your life right now, or you're confused, or you're not able to get the answers. So this is your opportunity to call in, and we will together go talk with the angels. What I find always is that you've been given the answer, but you just don't recognize it. And that's where it is often so important to have somebody else help you clear the confusion. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go directly to the energetic realm and ask what's going on. And because I'm not part of the issue that you're experiencing, I will be able to hear them clearly, where you may have, for whatever reason, not been able to interpret what they are saying to you. It's never a matter of, are they responding? Does God care? Or do I matter? It is always the possibility. No, let's not even use possibility. It is always the situation that you're so confused by what's going on around you, or you've become so wrapped up in it that for whatever reason, you're not able to see, hear, or feel the answer that they have shared with you. So if you are finding that you are in a situation where you would like some help from the angels, call into the show. It's 347-202-0232. If you're calling from the U.S., I'm sorry, if you're calling from outside the U.S., you've got to add a 1. So that number again, 347-202-0232. There is absolutely no reason to feel like you are lost, alone, or unable to get the answers that you need. Instead, what we want you to do is reach out to the energetic realm and get the help and support that you desire. So let's take a look now at one of the reasons why you could be feeling a little more confused right now than you have been in the past couple of months. Just completely eliminating the fact that this pandemic continues to be aggressive as opposed to slowing down, which is what we had certainly hoped in March when we here in California went into a quarantine situation. We were really believing that if we were just really strict, that by June we could reopen and resume our lives to some degree, and instead we find that our numbers are just continuing to climb. So let's get that off the table in terms of that's what's confusing me. Hey, we are in a situation that is not easy, but what we want to deal with today is not the logistics of the pandemic, but the energetic signature in your world. What are you sending out into the world that is causing you to receive from it signals that you may not understand, or causing you to experience frustration that is causing you then to make decisions that may not be all that beneficial for yourself. So let's take a look at one of the things that's happening right now, and that is an increase in the Schumann Resonance. So let me explain a little bit about the Schumann Resonance so that we all know that we're on the same page, and then I'll give you the website in case you would like to also track the ups and downs of this energetic vibration. So whenever we see an increase in the energetic vibrational output that is registered by the Schumann Resonance, it can make you as a being in a physical body feel overreactive. Just sometimes people describe it as being out of control. And in the early years, we're talking maybe 3 years now, when this really became heavy, it was common for many of us to report leg cramps, headaches, flu-like symptoms, and sleepiness. Now, when I say flu-like symptoms, I am not talking pandemic symptoms. Don't get that confused. If you are running a fever and you feel you are at risk, please continue to seek medical help. I'm talking just you have an unexplained sensation of flu, even though you're not feeling the rest of the flu. Your body is not under attack. It just feels odd. But the leg cramps and the headaches, sometimes there would be dizziness associated with it. It is basically your physical body learning to acclimate to this higher energy. And like anything in the physical, sometimes it takes us a few minutes to understand how to deal with it. So you may have been feeling that a couple of years ago, or if you are newer to the awakened movement, those symptoms may be occurring for you right now, because as you awaken, as you move more into alignment with the divine, your body automatically becomes more sensitized to the energy in the atmosphere, and it becomes a better receiver. So things that you may not have noticed prior to this may really start coming to the forefront for you now. It also can affect you mentally and emotionally. So you may feel overly sensitive, or perhaps confused, kind of like a brain fog or spacey? Part of this is that you're spending more and more time with the divine, and perhaps you are not as grounded as you need to be in order to be in this physical body. Because remember, it is lovely to be in the energetic space, but we have still agreed to be in a physical life. So make sure that you ground each day, shield so that you have given yourself proper protection, and align yourself energetically with the divine flow so that you are continuing to receive the energy that you need in order to make your life easy. The whole idea is to step out of a life of force and resistance and into a life of ease. So if something is not feeling like it's flowing, if it is feeling like, gosh, I just got to force this, you need to look at your energetic vibration. You are most likely offering a vibration of resistance. Sometimes it can just be a challenge that you're facing, and then you need to continue to hold your high vibration of love, joy, and peace. But if you are not, so what you need to do is check your vibration. If you really feel that you are holding a high vibration of love, joy, and peace, and you are not reacting to people, but you are staying in a neutral place. And if somebody were to come up to you and say, oh, I'm having a really bad day, you don't automatically say, yeah, me too. Oh, yeah, it's really a tough day. That is not staying in your high place of love, joy, and peace. That's allowing them to drag you down into the darkness. If you're in your high place and you are solidly in that place, someone else can be having a bad day and you can say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me share a blanket of pink and gold light, which is unconditional love, with you so that you can have a better day. Your vibration stays high. You have not been brought down into the darkness because they are, and yet you have shared love with another person. So if any of these things are happening to you right now, keep in mind that the Schumann Resonance is quite high right now, and when it peaks, we can have a physical, mental, and emotional reaction. But always, the way to navigate any change is by staying in a high vibration of love, joy, and peace. So the Schumann Resonance is a chart that was named for the gentleman who discovered the very variations in energy, but it's a chart that measures. And I have a quote here from Eric Thompson, which describes what they're doing. And he says, the frequency is changing, showing us that the planet is changing. The Earth is vibrating higher and higher, just as we are. And then he goes on to explain, every second, a multitude of pulses travel around the world in this unique resonant chamber between the Earth and the ionosphere, sending colluding signals, all microorganisms. These signals couple us to the Earth's magnetic field. And this program has been named after the discoverer, Schumann, and that is spelled Schumann. It's the Schumann Resonance, and it drives the harmonizing pulse for life in our world. So if you're interested, you just go to their SCHUMANN, and you'll be able to see when we're having these high peaks of energy. But always, I don't want you to get really attached to anything that is happening outside of you, because truly the place where we gain our greatest clarity is from the inside, from our heart center that is open and connected to the divine. So the Schumann resonance can be high, or the Schumann resonance can be quite low, and you can still be feeling these periods of confusion. But knowing that the Schumann resonance is active is not going to change your life. It might make you have a little more patience with yourself because you're like, okay, I get it. Just we're in a high energy period and I need to be a little bit more loving to myself, or get a little more rest, or eat foods that will really nourish my body. But every day is the right day to commune with God, to open your heart fully and get into alignment. The thing to remember that is that help is always available. And now that the planet is ascending and the veil is thinner, it's even easier to reach out for the answers. So what we want to concentrate on today in order to make sure that we are being the best receiver that we can be are all the ways in which God is helping us, and all of the ways in which we are doing our part. So let's take a look at that. What does it mean to become a great receiver? First of all, you've got to be willing to tune in for the answer. So you can't say, God, I really need help with this problem, and then immediately disconnect. God is not going to appear in your house, in your living room, and say, hello, I know that you're completely disconnected, you're not aligning at all, you're not setting yourself up to receive the answer, but I just want you to know that the reason this thing is happening is blah, blah, blah. That's not the way the energetic realm works. We must understand God gave you a gift that is more fantastic than anything you could have ever received, and it is the gift of free will. This means you are so loved and supported. You are considered such a superior being that you get to choose. You can choose to connect, to be in this beautiful state of flow and abundance, or you can choose to move further away from that state so that you believe, even though it's not possible to completely disconnect, you believe that you are completely disconnected. Now, we can't survive without a connection to God. That's how our autonomic nervous system works. So even though you may have been successful at limiting the connection, you cannot sever it. However, you have free will, so you get to decide how much divine assistance you're willing to receive in your life. And I want to remind you today to say yes to all of it. When I first started this journey many, many years ago, my big thing was, well, I don't want God to think I'm stupid. I don't want to think of myself as stupid. So I will ask God for help, or I'll say a prayer, because I didn't really understand that I could ask God for help. So I'll say a prayer maybe I'll say thank you to God. Maybe I'll do what Jesus told me and repeat the Lord's Prayer. Probably I won't remember it correctly, and I'm just going through the motions because I want God to like me. But I will make sure that I'm not listening, because I really need to do everything by myself, because I don't want God to think I'm stupid. God is not going to do it for you. God respects you so much that they will only do what they do in partnership with you. And we must understand that God respects you so much that they have given you the ability to be their conduit in the world. God does not appear in the world in your living room and give you instructions or do it for you. They have given you a brain, hands, a mouth, ears, eyes, feet, a way so that you can be helpful in the world to yourself and to others. So when you are asking God for help, please stay in faith, understanding that God is not going to do it for you. You are not giving up your independence and becoming dependent on God. Instead, you are going to establish faith and create a partnership where you stay available for the information to find you. So when you ask for help, tune in for the answer, but make sure that you are certain that you're going to be answered. The first thing you must do is clear up the doubt and step into faith, because as long as doubt is your overarching emotion, you don't have any room to receive the answer. Now, so once you have your faith, you have taken a huge step forward. You have stepped out of uncertainty into certainty, and basically what you have done is step away from the place where God is not into the place where God is. So you've just made your life 1,000 times easier. Now go even further and truly do the work to align with God. Make sure that you are opening to the unconditional love of God. Now, this is different from the ego voice. So if the ego is yammering on to you about why you are not worthy to receive, you are not hearing from God. God is unconditional love. This means that you cannot create a situation that will make you unlovable to God. You can hurt yourself, you can hurt others. God will still continue to love you. It will be more difficult for you to align with God if you are in a low negative place, but God will continue to pour forth their love upon you. So let's be really clear what that means. There is nothing that you can think. There is nothing that you can do. There is nothing that you can say that will cause you to be unlovable to God. All of those things, if you are spewing out hurt and hate and venom, are going to attack your physical body, cause you emotional confusion, and disconnect you from God, but God will still love you and be waiting for you to realign with them. They're not going to come chasing you. You have free will. You may experience the dark for as long as you want to. When you decide to step back into the light, they will be waiting for you without judgment. So if anyone has ever told you that you have made a choice, a lifestyle choice, a choice about, oh gosh, I can't even think of things. Whatever, if anyone has ever told you that a choice that you have made or something that you may have said has made you unlovable to God, they don't understand the being, the magnitude, the magnificence that is God. They understand their version of God that may be ruled by the ego. But your alignment is not dependent on their understanding. So if somebody tries to tell you, you're not part of my religion, or you have a different viewpoint in life than I do, or sexual orientation, or different way of being, so therefore God is not able to bless you, just walk away. Don't argue with those people. Don't engage. Don't defend. Thank you for your opinion and walk away. Do not get involved with somebody that cannot honor you. So, the next thing, after you've aligned with God, I want you to be in deep gratitude. And this does not mean, oh, thank you so much, God, for all of these unpleasant experiences. That is not sincere gratitude. That is not you feeling your best. Instead, God, I am so grateful that you are hearing me, that you love me no matter what, and that the answer that I need is forthcoming. If you are trying to be grateful for something that doesn't feel good, you're just lying to yourself. And lying is never in alignment with God. When you are aligned, it feels as though you are standing up tall and you feel this energy of well-being pouring into your physical body. You can actually feel it if you are attuned in that way. Some people can see it, some people can hear it, but it is an active, energetic force that will become part of your being, and it can be seen or felt by other people around you. It's not going to stay contained within you. It's going to expand beyond you and help others whom you encounter to also feel the love of God. So, I want you to be sincerely grateful that you are loved and heard, and the answer is forthcoming. And then the final part of this puzzle is to step into trust. And by that, I mean I want you to trust that the answer that you receive will be better than anything you could have dreamed up for yourself. And I'll give you an example of that. In my early years with God, it was my very firm belief that if I were to really establish a relationship with God, I would be required to live like a beggar. I had convinced myself that I could not own a home, have clothing, reasonable clothing, food on the table, a savings account. I was just convinced that if I was truly going to walk this path that kept calling me, that it meant no children, no family, no love in the physical world, and no money. Just servitude. You better be out there every day finding somebody to help, and you better not expect anything in return. Now, this was a very egocentric, naive understanding of God. So, as I grew in my relationship with God, as I explored my world and made mistake after mistake, as I ran as far away from the divine as I could possibly go, I began to understand what they really were. And now I understand that if I say to God, hey, can you help me out with this situation? Can you help me find a way to, well, I'll give you a perfect example. I needed a car. Several years ago, I needed a car. I don't drive that much right now because I work from home. So buying a new car seemed kind of foolish because it was going to sit around for most of the week. I usually just go out once or twice a week to buy groceries. If we're going out for dinner, then of course I'll go out, but my work is from home, so I don't drive to work anymore. It was no longer reasonable for me to get a car that would be extremely good for commuting or for long road trips or, for anything like this. And so what happened? God found me a car that is the perfect size, had extremely low miles, and was at a ridiculously low price. It is perfect for my current lifestyle. If I go back to work in a building other than the one in which I live, maybe I'll get another car. But for right now, that car is exactly the right size to navigate these tiny little streets and this difficult parking situation. It has absolutely no mechanical problems. It's easy on gas, and it suits me perfectly. And because it's not brand new, all of the costs associated with it are very low, and that is really quite fun for me. I've got plenty of money left over. To me, that was the perfect situation and a much, much, much better situation than I had envisioned for myself. So I went to them and said, hey, I need help getting a better car. The car that I've been driving is quite old and really needs to be replaced. And so, I thought I knew what car would be best. Well, it would have been a big financial obligation, which I would have been able to handle, and that's fine. But I am so delighted not to have that car payment, that big overhead that I was going to have to, because I am just enjoying the freedom. So even though I went with one idea, when the answer came, it was a completely different idea, but it was so much better of an answer for my situation than what I had anticipated. So what I learned is I've got to give the final outcome over to God. One thing my guides have always been very insistent about helping me and helping all of my clients with is you need to be specific, because the mind that we have been gifted with is so brilliant, but can be so brutal, that we've got to create a very recognizable alleyway, a little avenue we want the brain to travel down. So I had the car that I wanted. I had the make, the model. I could see myself I was envisioning myself driving that car. But then what I did was to say, this or something better, whatever is for my highest good. And as it turned out, my highest good was something completely different that has given me such wonderful freedom and joy, much more than I would have received if I went the direction that I wanted to go. So I want you to be aware of what it is that you want, and then trust. Trust that the answer will be better than you had originally anticipated. So get your brain on filled with a clear direction so that you are not inhibiting your manifesting journey. But don't hold on too tight. Trust God enough so that you are willing to let go of the final product and receive what will truly be best for your highest good, knowing that God understands you better than you understand yourself, and they are not limited. You are limited. Especially when we occupy physical bodies, we have certain limitations. They are not limited. Therefore, they can create anything that blesses you. All you need to do is stay in the lane that is ready to receive those blessings. So let's just take a minute now and take a look, because now the thing, after I tell people that, my clients, I'll say, okay, we're going to get you into this blessing avenue. The next thing that generally follows is, if God is so big on blessings, why are we experiencing this pandemic? And that is a brilliant question, is causing a lot of people confusion. So let's take a few minutes now to take a look at what the pandemic actually means from an energetic standpoint. So what was the first thing that happened? Once we realized this thing was going to sweep the world, not just our neighborhoods, but the entire world, once we realized that this thing was going to sweep the world, many of us began feeling abandoned, lost, and hopeless. And even though our intention may have been that we wanted to create something positive, so many that I heard from felt like the only thing they could create was negativity because of the fear that they were experiencing from this virus. And that next question I heard was, well, where is God in all this? If God is so great, you keep telling us that God is great and that God loves us, where is God in all this? So let's take a look. Yeah, people are dying. They are transitioning. They are choosing to return to the energetic realm where they can be renewed and restored and help us from a different form, from the energetic form rather than from the physical form. But we must remember that no one is taken before their time. That is impossible and a fallacy. So if someone has passed on, it is because they have agreed on some level that they have completed everything they needed to complete in this life, and they are ready to transition back into the energetic. It can also feel bad because the children can't go out to play and can't experience their friends. And you kind of feel like there's danger with every breath. But the overarching theme of this is go within. They're telling us, stay in your house or wear a mask over your face if you're going to be out. Keep yourself to yourself. What I want you to concentrate on right now is that the overarching theme is go within. Take this time to go within and strengthen your relationship with the divine. That's the purpose of this whole thing. As we ascend, we've got to clear out the darkness because we need more room for the God light to enter. Go within, do the work, create the space. You will be rewarded. And now we have a caller, and this is from 917. Hi there. What would you like me to call you today? From 917? Is there something that you wanted to share with us? Okay, I'm going to put you back on hold. If you do have a question or you want to ask the angel something, please feel free to let me know. Or if your connection isn't good, feel free to call back in. Okay, so we got to slow down. That's one of the lessons. We are getting so used to the technology speeding everything up that we may be spinning ourselves out of the moment and into another place and time. And when we do that, we automatically step out of alignment. So it's really important that we take this opportunity to slow down. Go within. Take the time every day to engage in some sort of meditative practice. Now, let's be clear that meditation doesn't mean always sitting in the lotus position with your eyes closed. You can have a walking meditation or an exercise meditation. You can have a sitting upright with your, in a comfortable chair meditation. You can listen to music. Meditation is just an opportunity to get away from the noise and to allow the beautiful energy of the divine to be part of your being. So slow down, go within, take that time to really investigate what's going on for you within your heart. Now, something that we must always remember is that because we are in these physical bodies, we are limited in terms of the amount of energetic space that we have access to. So if the years of living here in the world have caused you to fill up with negativity, with limiting beliefs, with trauma, or with other kinds of things that are preventing you from having any energetic space, please do the work to clear and heal the energetic heart space. As long as you've got trauma or limiting beliefs or negative thinking that are causing you to be reactionary, you are not going to be able to have the choice to decide, okay, I really want to feel good today. You could say that, but when it really comes to doing it, you're going to come up against this brick wall of negativity and say, oh, that is so hard, I'm just going to give up. Instead of giving up, go within and honor yourself by clearing that heart space so that there will be room for you to receive this higher, lighter energy that will help you move yourself even further out of the darkness. So now we have another caller, this time from 830. Hi there. What would you like me
Hi.
to call you today, and what is your question for the angels?
You can call me Debbie.
Okay, Debbie, how can the angels help you today?
I wanted to know if I'm a little lost right now with what things that are going on, and
Okay.
I wanted to know if maybe the path that maybe I think I should have taken, if that would have been correct. I don't know how. If my head's clear enough to see what I think I'm seeing. Yes.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to take a deep breath, and I want you to tell yourself, I love you, Debbie. Go ahead and say that. I love you, Debbie.
I love you, Debbie.
I trust that you are wise.
I trust that you are wise.
Now, I want you to take another deep breath. And this time, I want you to put your attention on your heart center.
Okay.
And just take a look around or a feel around and see, is there space in your heart? Are you open to receiving in the heart?
I'm not sure if I am.
Okay, so why don't we clear some space for you so that you'll know. So all you need to do is take a deep breath. And we always have angelic helpers. When we work in the heart, the presence that comes to help us is Jesus. If that name makes you uncomfortable, you can change it to anything you want. It is just the Christ consciousness, the light of love that is coming to help you. So as that energy arrives in your heart, you may feel a sensation. Can you tell me what that feels like to you? You can hear it, you can see it, you can feel it.
I don't know. I guess maybe I'm still not real open to it. I don't know.
It's okay. Just give yourself permission to receive. Just say, it's okay, I'm going to receive now. I don't need to judge. I don't need to be critical. I'm just going to allow myself to receive. And as you allow yourself to receive, you will notice, you'll either feel it or see it or hear that it's almost as though a flower is blooming right in the center where your heart chakra would be.
Mm-hmm.
There may have been a little bit of confusion or a little bit of swirling energy that didn't seem to have a direction.
Mm-hmm.
This energy may appear to look almost like a flower that's blooming. Allow that flower to bloom and to spread and to share with the rest of your heart the energy of certainty, the energy of guidance and trust. So now I want you to kind of look around that heart area and just, I'm using the word look, but it can be, feel, see, or hear. There may be the appearance of a golden light. When the Christ consciousness comes to us, it comes as a golden light. It feels warm and inviting and expansive. And you will hear, sometimes you hear a lovely symphony or just beautiful melodies or I love you. You may be hearing, it doesn't matter how it occurs for you. You just have to understand that there is no way for you to prevent it once you have agreed to receive it. So just staying in that place of confidence that it's happening for you. Can you tell us what you're feeling or hearing or seeing?
Well, I'm thinking of the flowers because those help.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. So in the center of this flower, you've created space. I want you just to put your attention on the flower, the center of the flower, which is in the center of your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And allow that center to expand so that it is becoming a larger and larger circle. Are you able to do that?
Yes.
Okay. You've now created sacred space within your energetic beingness. So bring yourself into that sacred space, the you that is you right now. Are you able to be there?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you to ask yourself, float the idea of whatever it is that you're wanting to make a decision about, and ask this being, which is your higher self and is connected to God, is this the best decision for you? And if it isn't, please ask your higher self to show you what is. So go ahead and do that now, and you don't have to tell us what the decision is. Just let us know if you chose appropriately.
Yes, I think that I did choose appropriately. I think I did. I know I did.
I know you did as well, and I love the fact that you got there, because they are teaching you through this the opportunity to step more deeply into trust. You are actually very good at aligning. You're not really good at accepting the answer. So the thing that I want you to work on is expanding that sacred circle, spending more time within that place so that you get more and more comfortable asking for and then receiving guidance. There is no person on the planet that doesn't have access to guidance. There are only people that don't understand they have access. So what you want to be doing now is spending a little bit more time in this sacred space and learning to trust it.
Yes, I think I'll do that too. I like it right there.
It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful space, and every single person has that space.
Yes.
All right, love,
good.
we got it. We got another caller, so I'm excited. Let us know. Stay in touch. Let us know how this decision works for you, because you got it.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. And now the last caller we're going to be able to get to today is from 831. Hi there.
Hi, Heart Healer. Hello.
Hi there. What would you like me to call you, and what is your question?
Oh, Karen. And let me see. I guess I feel some depression over the fact that I don't feel like I'm really in control of my own life.
Okay, let's take a look at that. What's making you believe that that is true?
Well, I feel like I'm on somebody else's time frame right now, and I've been on it for a long time, and I sort of partway cut myself off from it, but I still feel not fully engaged in my own power. And, I don't know how to remedy it.
Okay. The first thing is recognize how brilliant what you said was. Recognize your brilliance. You have been giving away your power for so long, you no longer think of yourself as a powerful person. But people who are not powerful And people that are not connected to the divine don't understand that they ever had power or don't believe that they have anything of value to offer. So the first thing you need to do is just take a deep breath. And I want you to put your attention on your heart center, right at that middle chakra, right in the middle of the breastbone, right on the heart chakra. Envision the flower that is opening. This is you opening to the understanding that what you gave away can be restored to you, and you can begin from here in a newly awakened state. So just watch now as that flower that began as a bud is beginning to unfurl. And as that space, as that flower unfurls, it's going to create in the middle sacred space for you. This can't help but happen because absolutely everyone is connected to God through the heart center. There is no person that is not connected. There are only people that don't know they're connected. So this circle will be growing and expanding as you give permission for this flower to unfurl and unfold, and you allow yourself to step more fully into your alignment with God. So are you able to see this sacred circle that you've created for yourself?
I think I'm beginning to be able to feel it, Marcia. I like the opening of the flower in the heart. I like that.
All right. We're going to use feeling words then. So stay right there, Sharon. Stay with that feeling. Allow it to get even more intense. I want you to feel as though all of the angels, because they are, all of the angels, all of the helpers of the energetic realm are now surrounding you and lifting you into a higher, lighter, more beautiful place. This is your place of power. Now I want you to feel yourself entering the circle. Allow the being that is you, your authentic self, to walk into the circle and tell me when you can feel yourself there.
Okay, I think I'm in there now. Not completely in the center of it, but I'm in there.
That's okay. As this becomes more familiar, it will be easier and easier. But I want you to congratulate yourself for the huge step that you took just by being able to move from the place of darkness where someone else has the power into your place of alignment where you are in alignment with the power source for your life. So now from this place, this beautiful sacred circle where no one but you can enter unless you give them permission, from this place of sacred communion, just allow your entire being to open to the unconditional love that is pouring forth from the heavens into your being. All you have to do is give permission. Give permission for God to help you let go of some of the darkness and the negativity that is taking up all of the space in your being. Allow them to wash away any pain that is ready to go. It's your choice. You don't have to agree. But you got to remember, if you are going to be your powerful self, it's going to require that you create some space to receive from God. Because if you are not receiving and in alignment, you're going to be trying to do this through your ego self, and that is a very limited being. And I see you unlimited and shining bright and knowing how powerful you are. So partnering with God, partner with God. Excellent. Partner with God. Allow freedom to come into your being as you accept more and more of their love, and you allow yourself to align more completely. Just let that darkness roll on out the door. It's no longer serving you. Little by little, you will begin taking back your power. You will begin understanding what it's like to walk hand in hand with the divine instead of all by yourself, trying to stay under the radar and not noticed by these other people that don't seem to have your best interest. Each one of us came to be powerful beings, and most of us got off track. I know I got myself so far off track, I didn't believe it was possible to get back. Stay in your sacred circle doing this work. And I created a class to help you with that. Every time they teach me something, I either put it in my Patreon group or I create a class to help other people, help guide other people through the process. So there are 3 ways if you feel like you need help with this. Go to my website. It's mmhearthealer.com or marciamartinthehearthealer.com, and that's Marcia spelled Marcia. And you can either click on the classes tab, and there's a class, Take Back Your Power. You can join my community, and that's more of a do-it-yourself. I just give you the techniques, and then you work with the angels in your own time and in your own way, or you sign up to work with me individually. It's pretty much how much you feel you need to be guided, and of course the investment in time and money goes up with the more time you spend with me, the greater the time and money investment is. But absolutely every single person can do this on your own with the help of the angel. So I don't want anyone ever to say to me, I would have done it, but ... No, there are no excuses. There is only, I'm not ready. And that's okay. If you're not ready, honor that. But if you are ready, I want you to reach out to the angelic community, the energetic realm, and get the help you need. You deserve it. So either join me on my website, marciamartinthehearthealer.com, and you are welcome. And there are many, many, many free resources there. Or just go directly to the energetic realm without my guidance and open yourself up to everything that's waiting for you. Sharon, you are amazing, and I want to see you flourish in absolutely every way. So please make this commitment to yourself and recognize just how brilliant and beautiful a being you are. No matter what, if you decide you want to work with me, I'm delighted to help you, but no matter what, keep the image of the flower and keep going back to that place of connection. And remember, you didn't get here overnight, and it won't change overnight. don't give up.
Okay. Thank you,
It
Marcia.
took me,
God bless.
oh, you're so welcome. But, recognize it took me working on my own 40 years to get here. So you can't give up. I'm happy to help you, but you can do it on your own, or you can take the rocket ship, which is working with me because I've already put in 40 years and I'll help you through the darkness. But no matter what, don't give up, as you are magnificent, and you absolutely, it's your time to shine. All right, everyone, that is all the time that we have. So thank you so much, callers who were willing to share, because as always, you are blessing so many people by sharing what you're going through. We are better together, and we are superior when we share the stuff that we're going through, and we work together to clear it so that you can again receive clear communication from the divine. Always we enrich and empower each other through cooperation and through our alignment. So, lots of love to everybody. Big changes going on in my life. So, this Sunday broadcast is going to continue until the end of August. And then I have been asked to join a different show with my friend Gina, who was a guest here on this show. So we are going to be going over to another network. We're on there already. And I've just run out of time. I am helping so many people at the moment. I cannot commit to 2 radio shows right now. So I'm going to be here with you every Sunday until the end of August. Then I'm going to take a little break, work on Dream Visions 7 radio with Gina, and then figure out where I'm going from there. But always, 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 you can connect with me through my website, mmhearthealer.com, or marciamartinthehearthealer.com. That's Marcia, spelled MARCIA. And on there, there's a way if you need to send me an email so that you can stay in touch. But I want you to receive all of the blessings that are here for you now. And you do that by opening your heart to receive. So please remember, open your heart and let that love in. So until next week, thank you all so much, sending you all my love and my deepest gratitude.
You've been listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice. The views expressed by hosts, co-hosts, callers, guests, and associates should not be construed as advice from Angel Heart Radio.